Okay, now at the bottom of each page, there's a number, page 1 of whatever. I'm page 1, so let's get in order according to this way. According to I'm 1. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay.
So to them, it's like the English language, and to us, it's like Arabic.
Exactly. Like Hebrew. Exactly. All right. Yeah, we're going to take one mic and we're going to pass it down. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to pass it down. No, we can just use it. We can just use this one, and it's going to go all the way down to each person. Now, we started this last year and loved it, so we're going to bring it back again this year. It's called one of the oldest and most popular Christmas poems ever, and it's commonly referred to as "Twas the Night Before Christmas," and it was written in the early 19th century. Now, though its author is kind of disputed because the poem is being attributed to both Clement Clark Moore and Henry Livingston Jr. over the years. It was actually published first December 23rd, 1823 in the Troy Sentinel newspaper in upstate New York. It was actually called A Visit from St. Nicholas. But the first line of the poem was so iconic that is what has stayed with it. And this poem is said to be the best known verse ever written by an American, and it's also to be largely responsible for the image of what we know as Santa Claus. So without further ado, A Visit from St. Nicholas, or as we like to call it, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by a chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
Need your help with this. Yell out with me the last word of every line. When out of the lawn there arose such a... I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a to tore open the shutters and threw up the moon on the breast of the new fallen gave the luster of midday to objects. Some of you knew it. When what to my wondering eyes should but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount the sky. So up to the housetop, the courses they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
Uptown Funk. Just Dance. All the small things. I like that. What? Oh. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of That's so rude. He was chubby and plump, right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all!"
And to all a good night! Thank you very much, Marcus, Paul, Grace, Craig, Lori, Sam, Angelica. Give them all a big hand. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so very much.
Ho, ho, ho. Let's have one more big hand for the Emerys. Thank you for gathering us together here tonight. Let us sup. Dinner is ready. Dinner. Do you want to say anything? So funny. Speech. Dinner is ready. Let us sup.